No, Paranormal Activity, High School Musical Edition. Let's talk about this. The Gallows. So The Gallows is the latest found footage style horror movie that's been brought to us this summer, and is the movie good? I'm gonna surprise you guys with this answer. This movie is actually not half bad. It's actually halfway decent. The Gallows is actually surprisingly really good. The movie excelled at what it needed to do. It had one job, and that job was to be the most creepiest ass movie that we've seen in a long time, and it does capture that. If I just compare this movie, actually this movie gave me the same feeling I felt when I walked out of the first time I saw the first Paranormal Activity movie, the very first one. When there were parts in the movie where this shit made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. I mean, the movie's not perfect, but it is effective as a horror movie, and it's very creepy as shit, and I did enjoy it. But with that being said, let's get into the pros and cons. I believe that you should take a chance on The Gallows. If you're kind of reserved about The Gallows, let me tell you about what you can know going through this movie. So let's talk about it. First thing, let me get out the way first is the acting. The acting in the movie is, of course, it's dreadful. Well, comedic dialogue, very sparse here and there, but the acting, more or less, it's good. It's terrible. Because these high schoolers, they have the acting range about high schoolers. They're not that good. Guy behind the camera who's, you know, filming everything, he's a douchebag. He is the douchiest of douchebag. You remind me of that guy of a South Park that's all like, hey, Stan Darsh, you know, you're Stan Darsh. That's what you are, Stan Darsh. Douche. So that's pretty much the acting in the movie you're not going to care about too much, so let's just skip past that. Let's get into the plot of the movie. The plot of the movie, more or less, is here I go. Pretty much you got these high schoolers putting on this play. It's called The Gallows and everything. It's more or less like, I guess, some type of old school play. It's like a high school tradition. It's like their high school tradition play that they do. But back in the day, there was an accident involving one of the cast members with this play, and now that cast member ghost is haunting the school and shit. Yeah, so now 4 kids decide they ever want to break into the school and just fuck up the play and all that shit. And Casper, the unfriendly ghost, ain't having that. So yeah, we got 4 dead kids coming our way. That's more or less the plot of the movie, more or less what you need to know going into The Gallows. That's the plot. But the way it's executed is really good, which gets into the scares in the movie. The scares in the movie are really good because this movie excels in the creepy aspect. One of the things that works for this movie is that it takes place at a high school at night. And we all know, we've all seen high schools at night, especially the auditorium. That shit just looks like Phantom of the Opera type shit. I mean, it's just creepy as shit. You seen a high school at night? It's creepy as shit. You got the rafters and shit that go up to God knows where that goes up to, and everywhere the Phantom lives at and shit. Everything just looks different at night, and I feel like the fact that it does take place in a high school as opposed to, you know, take place in a bedroom or something, or in a living room or shit like that. We've seen that in space, but never in a high school, so that was different, and it worked really well for this movie. Being in found footage, you know, we're seeing it through first person, so it's just when they're going down these dark hallways and shit like that, you know, these dark hallways with the lockers and everything, just looks creepy as shit, just like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Another thing that works good for this movie is that it does have jump scares. There's like, I'll say 2 official jump scares, but that's about it. At all. It does not rely on the jump scare. The scares are actually really effective, and when something's about to happen on the screen, it's like the movie knew exactly when that thing was going to happen. And when that thing happened, that's when the movie knew, the audience members knew. When it happened, that's when the scare happened. It might be a spoiler, but to give you an idea of what I mean is that there was a part in the movie where, you know, this girl, you know, she had a rash on her neck. It was a really nasty rash. Before she panned the camera up to that rash, you see like the demon ghost behind her and shit, you know, but when she grabs the camera, you know, pans a little bit, he's not there. And when she like pans it a little closer to the scar, you know, it looks just really ugly and deranged and shit. And when she moves the camera back like this, all of a sudden you see a noose around her neck. It's like you saw the noose around her neck. The moment she realized it, the moment you realized it, and that's when just got her. She was gone. Can work in the movie. I'll say one of the things that worked against it because it suffered from shaky cam at some points. We hate that shit. We hate shaky cam where it's like, stop. I can't tell what's going on. Just stop. So any movie has a nice little twist to it, and it also has a nice little scare at the very end. A very effective scare that just like makes you be like, when I go home tonight, I'm turning on all the lights. All of them. In the end, guys, The Gallows was a much more effective horror movie than I thought it was going to be. I ended up liking it more than I thought I was going to. I was going to shit all over this movie, like, okay, another Paranormal Activity ripoff. Let's get into this shit. Tear it up. It is like the highest rating given a horror movie all year. That's not saying much, but it's saying something. With that being said, guys, I gotta say that The Gallows gets a 6 out of 10, which is actually a good time if you red box it. But get a bunch of friends together at night, lights off, sound up, and you'll just creep each other out and shit, and you'll have a good time. Good time. When still you're raw. Gallows, are you going to see this movie? What do you think about it? Whatever you think, put in the comment section. Let me know. Talk about The Gallows. Remember, guys, subscribe. Until next time.